What's up, everybody? I just finished my past couple commissions. Well, I finished them a little bit ago, but had a short break without any work. But now I got another one here. So I have this character here, and what I'm gonna do is gonna make her Chibi. I feel like the commissioner trusts me with whatever pose I do. So I have something in mind, something fairly simple. I do like the outfit here, but we're just gonna not think about outfit right now and just kind of start building the Chibi pose. Now, I know that Chibi characters have huge craniums, baby cheeks, and I'm just gonna sort of try to navigate the form here. I think the cranium can be even bigger. Like, the cranium is like pretty much most of the head, and then we want the eyes to kind of be down low. But as I'm doing this, I kind of think about, like, what is the attitude of the pose? Actually, we'll start with the gesture first. So we'll just start over again since we didn't really do that much. Do I want to tilt the head at all? You know what? Was that head tilt fine? I like for some dynamism to make the head tilt, put it either up or down a little bit. So I might tilt the head down a little bit to give it some attitude. And maybe tilt the head this way a little bit too. So I'm gonna make my eraser a little bit bigger. We are in the sketch phase. Now, I've learned that my sketch phase is pretty good. Like, my sketch phase is very searching, but it usually comes up with something that's like, a solid foundation. It's these second and third phases, that pass 2, sometimes pass 3, and then the ink and color, that I want to have a better plan. Now, for these commissions, I've learned that, in that last Dragon Girl one, the Elven Mage one, I found that if I try to really paint in the color phase, it's going to take me too long. And for this type of commission, it really depends on how much I'm getting paid, right? So I don't have enough demand to charge more to be able to enable myself the time to really paint the color. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do the black ink inking brush that I have, and then just do a 2 value scale, and then maybe if I have some time, do some extra blending. So I'm really trying to think about time and money as I'm doing this work, as well as like the actual work itself. So here we have the face. I'm gonna bring the center line a little bit more to the left. To the right, and then we're gonna put in the eyes here. So usually when I do eyes, I do lines first, just to show the general direction where the eyes are looking, and then I do eyelids. Now we have our line coming down this way. There's going to be a slight head tilt, so we're going to bring this eyelash down, bring that eye down, and then we're going to make a smile, some kind of, do we want a big smile? Maybe not, because the character here is, pretty serious expression. I don't really know the personality of this character, how emotive she might be. So we're going to keep it simple. And then bring the eyebrows up here. Now, eyes can be bigger. Do we want the eyes to be bigger? I studied a little bit of the style from a game style that really impressed me a lot. I get advertisements for a game called AFK Journey. And I was pretty impressed by, like, my first impression of the art style, and I couldn't understand what it was at first, but I just realized, like, they do it's more about color scheme and shapes than it is about outline. Since there's no noticeable outline in their artwork, it has this really nice effect where it's anime, but there's some like, you can kind of, it looks real. It's very conducive to 3D games because you can feel that the characters are like a doll, that they're like really existing or something. Now we're gonna find the neck. Now we're gonna get a gesture here. Now with Chibi characters, it really, you can make the head as big as you want. Like, a lot of times people will do like a 2-head figure, and I think that's good. Or sometimes they'll do a 3-head figure, or 2.5 or something. So I'll just kind of figure out how big I want her to be. So I think 3 is like too big. I think let's go like 2.5. So I'll cut this off here. I'll make this my projected length. And I think when I've done chibi characters before, it's nice to have like a projected length so that I could, you know, kind of know how to do the proportions right off the bat. Now, when doing the rib cage and pelvis, you know, the other two main forms, like it's the question is, do I make them small boxes like that, or do I make them like match the wideness of the head a little bit more? So I don't know. I kind of gonna go somewhere in between, where I don't know. It's kind of like a reverse snowman almost. Okay, so we'll put the, let's see, I think the pelvis is too low here. Let's bring it a little bit higher, and then we'll bring the legs up. And then I just want a very simple, like, determined pose. So maybe here with a fist, and maybe here with the arms to the side on her hip here. So I don't want the arms to be too long. She is chibi. And I want to think, like, you know, where would the arms be lengthwise going to the crotch? Because that's usually our wrists match up with our crotch. So her arms would be shorter here. Find the shoulders. I'm starting to find the anatomy now that the gesture is mostly in there. And do we want perspective? Not really. Like maybe a very, very slight perspective on where the feet fall. Gonna move her up a little bit. Gonna put her down, put her inward a little bit. Now we have like the little robotic wings there. And it's almost like this butterfly shape, but metal and angular. So that'll be where my pieces go. Now as I'm seeing this, I think the main part that's going to be take some time is like the details. So I really don't want to paint the line art or like make any value in the line art and try to search for it like I did last time. I'm just going to go for black lines, keep it simple for my brain. I'm going to move her ear. Okay, so dropping a plumb line down. Yeah, the legs, the position of the legs is fine. Find the center lines, find the planes, find the anatomy now. There is a skirt here, so even though her body is like really compressed, we still want the proportions, like hips wider than the torso a little bit. We still want that to be there. Now what I'm going to try to do to save time is get this sketch in one pass using my eraser, and then get the line art in one pass. We're going to do it to save time. Now we're going to find the hairline. Something like that. Big forehead is fine. She has bangs starting in the middle. Interesting hairdo here. Starting in the middle and then kind of going outward that way, and then curving in, and then here curving in like that. Does it go past the ears? I think that's fine right here. And then the hair kind of comes loosely. It's not like going. It's like falling a little bit. Loosely tied. And then I can't really tell how long the back of the ponytail is. I might have to ask the commissioner. But I think at least, you know, back length. So I think something like this is pulled back, and then it kind of like falls in a little bit of wavy there. I think that's good. I think our shoulders are too broad here. Let's kind of bring them in. Bring the shoulder down a little bit. And then I kind of want it so that her right side of her hip kind of tilts up a little bit, as if she's putting more weight on that one. And then this one is going to like move out a little bit more. So a slight contrapposto. So if this is going to be going up, then the contrapposto dictates that the shoulder is going to be more that way. Just very slightly. Okay. Now here, we'll find the outfit. We have the head, we have the hair. I think more forehead here, more forehead. skull. I'm gonna mirror. Mirroring always helps me figure out if there's anything weird. I think the hair could be bigger, back of the cranium could be bigger, and the ponytail as it comes back here could just take up more space. With Chibi characters, you're pretty much just getting the head. I think I want to move the head forward a little bit to get the balance of the neck a little bit better. A little bit more relaxed. I cut off some of her chin there. That's not good. Let's just undo that, actually. Let's make sure we get her chin. Okay. The haptic feedback on that selection tool is pretty nice. Okay, so neck forward here. And then, okay, so I think this looks good. She has a choker, and then side plane of the rib cage. Okay, so we'll start finding the outfit. I think, actually, we'll do a little bit more with the limbs. So if I leave them as lines, it's leaving too much to the imagination for my line art. So I'm gonna flesh them out a little bit, find the muscles, find the hands. Now, we want, you know, with Chibi, you want to make them look like a baby. So we'll make the arms a little bit more chunky, a little bit, I don't know, I have two babies, so it's like, I kind of know what their arms look like. So kind of fatter arms. And then big hands. Let's go big baby hands. That's one thing that I have kind of done wrong in the past when I did Chibi characters. I was trying to make everything proportional, but I wasn't thinking about the hands and feet. Hands and feet always ended up being really small. So with Chibi characters, you're blowing up the head, you're also blowing up the hands and feet. So kind of, you know, we're really making a cartoon character here. Kind of a neutral, determined expression right there. I think that's good. And I'm gonna flesh out the eyes a little bit more, so we get a little bit more roundness in the eyes. Find that highlight right there. Just a sketch. She has very slight blush. I'm just gonna put that in the sketch. Why not? Okay, so we're gonna find the outfit now. She has this little vest, a white shirt, cinched in with a skirt here, and then I'm gonna erase a little bit down here. Let's find the legs. Crotch here with that slight hip tilt for the contrapposto, and then just very simple anatomy on the legs. Okay. Okay. So skirt cinched in here. What is that weird? So it's like it comes down and it's like just above the thigh length. So starting from you know, the top of the stomach down right down to the thighs, so then it kind of stops right there. And then she has thigh high. So the skirt is pretty short. And then the thigh highs like kind of come up here, and then I don't know what to call these, boots, I guess, come right there. I mean, the character has skinnier legs, so do we want the legs to be skinnier with the Chibi? We'll make this a little bit skinnier with the Chibi. I guess more athletic. I don't know the word. Okay. Gonna erase out that bone that I made. So we're really doing this in a way that saves time. Let's push out the angle of the foot a little bit more that way. Get it a little bit more wider pose. But also, since the foot is that way, I guess, you know what, well, I guess it really wouldn't change the position of the tibia that much. Kneecap there, find the kneecaps. Okay, elbow. Okay. Fist, and we want a cute ball fist. How does this look, folks? Let's position the wings a little bit better. it doesn't really come up above her shoulder in the sketch. So we're going to make it a bit smaller, where it starts like in her mid back and then kind of just comes up that far. Yeah, it's only kind of the length of the torso here. Okay. We're trying to be time efficient, folks. I like the word folks. How does this look? I think more belly, because it cinches in too much from the ribcage to the pelvis. I think we need a little bit of smooth it out a little bit there. And then, okay, so down here, there's like, it cinches here near the top, and then also there's this like metal bar around it that goes like that, around the middle. And then it has these little side little appendages here that make these little metal bars around the front. Something like that. On the side. Now, because it's a skirt and it comes out, you want to accentuate, like, I guess the literal hourglass shape. Right there. So I want to push in the, maybe her back. There we go. Okay, I think this is a good foundation. Now we're gonna make the vest. Her chest here kind of comes out that way. And then small sleeves, little gloves. The gloves actually start above her elbow. And then another set of gloves on her wrists. Pretty interesting design. And then we do have a tail. It's coming to the left here, but for this one we'll make it come out to the right. So silhouette wise, I don't want the tail to clash with the wings there. So and the thing is too, compositionally, like, this piece is very right heavy. All the details, like the ponytail, the wing, and the tail, are going to be on the right here. I think it might balance out if we bring the tail to the left, actually. Not 100% sure. No, I think it's okay to keep on the right, but I think I would want to keep it like kind of low key. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to remove the reference. Now I want to look compositionally, because there she is. I might want to crop this slightly. I think the legs could be wider, like overall. So we'll just kind of stretch it this way. Let's go freeform here. Wait, let's do that again. Let's select the legs. We're gonna make everything, oops. What do I, oh, I had it on color fill. Okay, so, okay, there we go. So freeform, we're gonna widen the legs a little bit. Fix the angle of this one. The angle got a little bit too extreme. Can I skew it? Distort, skew? Yeah, there we go. Let's bring it down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that just kind of moving, just kind of making some small adjustments. Okay, now thinking compositionally. I think the symmetry is off with the wings. If the wings are starting here, then the wings would only come out like that far. I don't have to necessarily force myself to show it on the other side. Like, I'll draw it in, so you can definitely tell it's going to be there. But how far does it go? Yeah, a little bit strange compositionally to get these wings in. I might just want to force them to be visible. Yeah, we'll think of cartoony. I'm going to try not to think too geometrically. We're going to think cartoony. Okay. Okay, I think this is a good start. And you know what? Before we hop into the line art, we'll just stop here with the recording. I think that was a good session. But yeah, we'll move on. And I do have a topic to talk about in my next video. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. God bless.